everyone, this is Natalie with Champion of Coins Tarot. I hope that you all are doing very well today. I'm here to respond to the One Tarot Card hashtag by Moon Scarab. I just saw this on Crescent Dream Tarot's channel this morning, and I thought I would go ahead and jump on it because all of my answers just immediately came to mind, and I wanted to do it while they were still fresh. So there are 10 questions. The goal is to use one card to answer every single question. And for the most part, I accomplished that, although there is one that I have a sneaky second choice for. Question 1 is, which one card is the most inspiring to you? That definitely has to be the Empress, my girl. I am a Libra rising, and so Venus is my ruling planet, hence the Empress is one of my ruling cards. And I love this card. I love it whenever it comes up. The Empress to me is all about creativity and expansion and just the absolute beauty within the natural world. And so it's always very inspiring to draw this card. And it has been quite healing for me at various parts of my journey to pathwork with and to try to embody. So love the Empress, just the number one best girl in the tarot. Question 2 is, which one card is the most distressing to you? And of course I have to pick the Tower. I know that the Tower does not have to literally be difficult external events that are shocking, but that is primarily how this card has appeared to me. This card has signified the death of loved ones. This card has also represented medical issues. I never enjoy seeing the Tower in a reading, although I do understand how intentional deconstruction and intentional disruption and making waves of change can be helpful. Just in a predictive divinatory capacity, this card just does not bode well though. Question 3, which one card is the most enigmatic to you? That's definitely Temperance. So I've been reading tarot for almost 10 years, and the Temperance card bothers me deeply because I feel like there are so many cards that speak to inner balance and inner alchemy. Like, I don't see what Temperance really represents outside of the Lovers, unless like we want to view Temperance as being an internal marriage of opposites. But then again, I also associate that with the Chariot, like forward movement, yes, but also integration. I don't know, Temperance just always seems repetitive to me, and maybe that's a sign that after all of these years, I need to journal with it, or I need to have this like blown up in my sacred space, because I just feel like there are other cards that speak to that theme. Hot take, please feel free to respond to me in the comments below. Question 4, which one card would you put in a 1,000-year time capsule for future humankind? I would put the Wheel of Fortune, and I think that's because the Wheel of Fortune just so perfectly encapsulates human experience to me in all of its totality. Literally the highs and the lows, just reversals of fortune, the capacity that we have for agency and co-creation in the world to try to, work with the energy around us to make change, but also the fact that sometimes life is responsive and you have to play the cards that you were dealt to the best of your ability. And so I definitely do hope that the future of humanity will be one in which we have to deal with less challenges. I'm hopeful that we will have advancements in medical technology. I am hopeful that we are going to become a more just and equitable society. I have hopes that we will be able to solve our resource distribution problem and that folks will have their physical needs taken care of. But there's still always that unpredictable element of life. There's always just that push and pull and cyclical force of nature that we must come to terms with and must make peace with. And so I would want to leave the Wheel of Fortune just as a reminder to future generations that humanity has seen it all before and survived, that the earth in general, if we want to think about the earth as being this kind of living entity, has gone through multiple changes and has survived. And I would hope that this would be a point of inspiration. I also did think about just leaving the death card, just to mess with people. And also because, again, I think that we are going to make a lot of advancements, but just a reminder to people to live life to the fullest, and memento mori. Question 5. If you were elected president of a newly created country, which one card would you use as a flag? I went with the Magician, and I don't know why. I think if I thought about this a lot more, I would have chosen a minor arcana card, but for me, the Magician is all about action and inspiration and resourcefulness to a certain degree. And if I were to found my own country, I would want it to be one of scientists and creatives and innovators. I would want to inspire people to really live up to their full potential and to create what they want to see, and as a result have the country be able to really be a thought leader and kind of help to push the trajectory of humanity into a more innovative place, if that makes sense. And I want to be very clear that this was a tough card because I think that there are a lot of colonial ideals within the tarot, and I think that the Magician could be interpreted as a sign of selfishness or as a sign of duplicity, but really I enjoy just the image of the Magician as being somebody who is able to conceive of an idea and then manifest it. As above, so below, being that conduit for new ideas, for being that very positive mercurial presence in the world. So I would choose the Magician. I would want to live in a country of fellow magicians. Question 6. If you were Earth's ambassador to an alien civilization, which one card would you use to represent humankind? I chose the Lovers for this because the thing that classically religious texts have identified as the thing that sets us apart from animals or from plants or from other living beings on Earth is our capacity for choice. And so within that, there's great responsibility because one could make a choice that would be of great benefit, or one could make a choice that would be of great harm to themselves and also to the greater world around them. And the Lovers for me encapsulates the lesson that we are learning as humanity. It brings into the conversation that aspect of free will that the Wheel of Fortune actually lacks. The Wheel of Fortune for me is this notion that there are things beyond your control, whereas the Lovers is about that free will, that intentional choice, that ability to be able to see multiple paths and to have to choose what is the right one, what is the one that is going to bring me into highest good. And so I would want to present that to the aliens because I think that encompasses the global story of humanity and also would perhaps give them more sympathy to us in terms of learning more about and understanding where some of these struggles and some of these power dynamics come from. Because it's all born out of that choice, the fact that we can choose our own destiny, and sometimes we make good choices and sometimes we make bad choices. Question 7. Which one card represents someone you love? And I chose the King of Cups because for a while I thought that this is my signifier, and then I realized, oh no, this is my partner. This card perfectly encapsulates my partner, who is just such an open-hearted individual who is so caring and so funny, but also very emotionally mature, a very talented musician, a very talented creative, and just somebody who spreads so much warmth everywhere he goes. So yeah, King of Cups, representing the person I love. Question 8, which one card would you use as the cover of your autobiography? And this goes without saying, the Knight of Pentacles is the inspiration for my channel. The Knight of Pentacles was my very first tarot signifier that I ever had on my spiritual path, and it just represents so much of my life path and like what I'm here to learn, what I'm here to do, putting one foot in front of the other, being just embodied and fully embracing and walking the path of life and enjoying the ride, learning how to take it slow, learning how to take it easy, and trusting the process. So question 9, if you could upgrade one minor arcana card to major arcana status, which would it be? And controversially, I'm not going to pick a card. I actually am not, because I don't think that anything in the minor arcana like really should be elevated. And part of that is because of the deck and walk that we've been doing, and being able to relate each of the minor arcana cards to the major cards that represent the planet and also represent the zodiacal sign associated with each specific decan. I mean, if we wanted to be specific about it and say you absolutely have to pick one card, then sure, I might pick the Ace of Pentacles as being the embodied world. But like the Ace of Pentacles is its own thing. I don't think we need to elevate the aces to any particular level, and I don't think that we need to elevate the minor arcana cards to any particular level, because for me, like, all of the aces are present within the Fool, or they're present within the world, as both limitless potential and also like complete embodiment, right? And for the minors, like, those are all expressions of different majors. So theoretically, I could do a reading with only the major arcana, and I would be able to see different shards or different aspects that are currently reflected predominantly in the minors as having more of a focus in a divinatory or in a spiritual interpretation of a major arcana card. So another hot take that I would be very curious to hear your thoughts about. And then the last question is, if you could mentor one of the pages, which would it be? And I have to pick the Page of Swords for this, because I think that as a child, I very much embodied the Page of Swords. And I also think that my younger sister very much embodies this archetype of the Page of Swords. For me, this page is just so airy and so intellectual. It's the child who wants to learn everything about everybody, who is a very clear communicator, sometimes to the point of bluntness, but who just has this insatiable curiosity. And one thing that I'm so proud of myself for is never losing that curiosity. Even though I think there are so many situations in life where you feel discouraged to lose that. And so if I were to mentor another person, I would want to nurture their curiosity. I would want to nurture their intellect. I would want to find what they're passionate about and then give them like books to read or give them activities to do that would engage their mind and help them to start making connections and go so much deeper into the topic that they wanted to learn about. So those are my picks for the One Tarot Card hashtag. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with any of these picks down below. I just thought that this was very fun and very interesting, and I've definitely been hungry for a tag that was very fun and very fanciful, but also has the opportunity to spark some interesting debate. So let me know. As always, I'm sending you much love and many blessings as you walk along your own path. Bye!